Hi, Christian Lavolsi, and I want to welcome you and thank you for being here today. I really want to share with you a few things I've uncovered from my experience. I've worked with over 500 businesses across 18 countries that generate over $1 billion in revenue. Throughout that time, I've seen a lot of businesses that are struggling and experienced problem after problem, which ultimately affects their ability to grow and impacts their mindset. So what am I talking about in particular? The first thing I see businesses struggling with is a complete lack of direction. And with a complete lack of direction, you will never know where you are going. So it doesn't really matter what action you take. What all businesses really want is to have a clear direction. They want everyone on the same page, and they want to have clarity over the direction that they are heading as a company. The second major problem I see in business is a lack of leadership from the top down. The team is not working together, they're not working cohesively, and it's almost like they're all in a boat and they're all rowing in different directions. The businesses that succeed are the ones that shift towards an empowered leadership model. So they create mass momentum that almost feels effortless. The third major problem I see in businesses I initially advise is a lack of culture. Businesses without a culture just feel soulless. People are coming into work and they're going home. They've checked out and they don't really feel part of the organization. The things I see successful businesses create time after time is they cultivate a culture where everyone feels like they're part of the family. They are part of something bigger than themselves. People love coming into work and the businesses enjoy growing organically as a result. The fourth major problem is finances. I know finances can be one of those frustrating things, but let's face it, if you don't manage your finances correctly, your cash just disappears. The things that I see successful businesses do is they develop financial awareness where they know exactly what they are making and they are spending in the right areas. They know how to read financial statements and they know exactly what they are doing with that cash, and they use that cash to fund themselves to the next level. The fifth issue I see people failing at is they don't have a sales function. The sales function is broken, completely broken, and in fact, as a result, the whole business is hurting majorly. The solution that I see successful companies employ time and time again is that they have a proper sales setup with systems and process, and they invest in external training for themselves and their team so they can experience an abundance of clients and cash flow. They literally turn the tap on and off whenever they want. And the last major problem that I see is businesses that don't have anyone to talk to. They don't have anyone walking in their door, no one is visiting their website or engaging with them. And this actually is creating the final nail in the coffin that's hurting their business right at its roots. The thing that successful businesses do to turn this around is they use that time in tested, proven marketing principles and focus on their messaging. What they master knowing is that their audience, so they attract the right customers. I want you to think about the two pictures I'm painting. The problems that these businesses experience ultimately means that they never make it. Businesses that do make it are able to turn things around, and you are probably wondering how. Well, first of all, you need to fundamentally shift your mindset and you need to discover your why. I want you to think specifically around a culture of doing, not saying. A lot of people talk a big game, but when you look at their actual productivity and outputs, there's not really a lot going on. So the first thing we want to do is shift into an organization is to stop talking and start taking action. That's one of the key fundamentals, and we do that by uncovering the organization's purpose and defining goals. Business owners must have a clear and measurable goal, and everyone is accountable, and everyone's clear on what they're doing. The second key changing this is a principle called leading, not managing. You might not even know the difference between leadership and management, but I can tell you that there is a real difference. If you're just managing your team, you're not taking that helicopter view, which means you're generally in survival mode. What's critical is that you need to move to a point where you're leading your team. So you literally steer the boat in a particular direction. We do this by using a leadership governance framework where we adopt an empowerment model with clear tasks and accountability. We teach you to empower your people so you can flourish. The third thing you've got to understand is a culture of connection and not separation. In most organizations I advise, we found that a lot of people feel like they're separated within the team. Even though that's not actually happening, it's a feeling of separation. So what we want to do is use our culture framework to assist owners to restructuring their organization and based on mindset. We actually help people feel connected within the organization and not separated. The fourth principle is having a culture of transparency and not complacency. We focus on educating owners so they can understand the different financial statements and how to interpret them. We teach owners how to critically analyze key numbers so they can establish key performance indicators. Essentially, we help embed a level of accountability in all levels of your organization so everyone is clear on what they are accountable for and the actual targets within that. We do that with our finance blueprint over 3 sessions led by Graham Burfield. The fifth principle is a culture of serving, not selling. Who hates being sold to? The last thing we want to do is set out to create an army of sales agents representing our organization. We want people to feel like they are actually serving their audience. Actually, we flip this whole sales thing on its head and turn your sales engine into a serving engine. We do that through our Sales Mastery Workshop, and we help you refine yourself as well as provide you with negotiation techniques that will help you grow the pie rather than slicing it up. It's a win-win approach, a service approach to success. And the last principle is a culture of marketing and not telling. We want people to feel like marketing is not what they do, but rather who they are. We focus on developing both physical and mental availability strategies so you can reach as many of the right customers more often, resulting in an endless flow of leads. So you're probably wondering by now what this thing is, who delivers it, and how do I get hold of these principles? What we've put together is our proprietary business growth mindset program. The program has been created to help businesses like yours that may be experiencing a lack of direction, are unsure how to grow, are confused about finances, need a jumpstart in sales and marketing maybe, lack vibrancy or culture, or you're just lonely and want to work on expanding your business reach and become a better leader. The Business Growth Mindset Program gives you the chance to work through each of these 6 principles in a safe space around like-minded people going on that same journey, aspiring for the same thing. That one thing is growing and scaling your business. And I can tell you from having done this for many, many years across many industries with a diverse group of people that this is all done from developing a growth mindset. So if this is something that is important to you and your organization, and you have a burning desire to steer away from these problems and towards these growth possibilities, I invite you to apply. I invite you to apply for one of the spots in our Business Growth Mindset Program. Right now, there is a limited number of spots because we want to work closely with you and embark on this growth journey together. Each program is limited to 10 businesses. Each month, we dive deep in one of the principles that form our framework, and you then take those learnings and embed them into your organization, practicing what you've been taught. But this is only half the fun. Each month, 3 businesses present a challenge or opportunity that they are experiencing. And as a team, we work on that strategy with outcomes. This forms your very own peer-to-peer advisory board, something most SMEs lack and desperately need. If this is of interest, I invite you to apply now. For those of you who do apply, we look forward to speaking with you on a call where we can talk about this with a good fit for you and address the next steps. If you have some questions or something you would like to discuss, then I encourage you to also apply. Let's be very clear, places are limited and not guaranteed. We have a strict admission policy and a right fit approach. This guarantees the maximum value for all our participants. If this is something that isn't of interest to you, then I hope you've learned a lot from this video, and thank you for taking the time to listen to me. If you want to connect with me, please subscribe to one of my social handles. Otherwise, I'm Christian Lavolsi, and on behalf of our team, I wish you an immense prosperity and abundance in your life.